Hi, beginner gymnasts. Coach Jess again, and once again, welcome to our home gym. We're going to give you just a few tips and tricks and things that you can be practicing at home. This time, we're going to be focusing on beam. So, if you have a floor beam of any kind at home, feel free to use that. If you don't have one, that's fine. You do not need one for any of these skills. It'd be great just to use just your carpet. You can find a line on your floor. Maybe if you have tile floor, you can follow a line in your tile or your hardwood floor. You could also be doing something outside, and it would be really fun if it warms up one of these days. Maybe you could draw a chalk beam on your driveway, and you could be practicing on your chalk driveway beam. So, all right, we're going to start today. Neely, my daughter, is also an Excel gymnast at Mid-Iowa, and so she's going to be showing us some of these beginner skills. We're going to start with our beam walks, and we're just going to do forward walks. All right, so Neely's going to come up, and she's just going to forward walk. At this level, it'd be great to just put hands on hips, or out to the side, doesn't matter. Neely, go ahead and turn around and come back, forward walks. With these forward walks, we want to make sure that the toe is hitting the beam first and then the heel. So toe, heel, That's a little bit opposite of how maybe track runners and other sports would teach you to run and walk. A lot of times we teach heel, toe, and in gymnastics we have to just be different. So on the beam, it's toe, then heel. That will help them as they progress in the levels. Eventually, all of the walking on the beam is done from a high toe, high releve up on the balls of the feet. So at this level, just working on hitting toe, rolling back to the heel. All right, we're going to go to a coupe walk. So a coupe walk is very similar to a regular walk, except the foot is going to come up just a little bit right by the ankle, and then we're going to push out. So foot comes up and push out. Good, Neely's going to turn, and then progressing on from there, we're going to do a passe walk. Passe is very similar to coupe, except the foot comes up a little bit higher and kicks out nice and straight. Again, we're watching form, so we want to be nice and straight on the beam, so we're pulling in the belly, chest stays up nice and tall, legs are straight, knees are not bent, and toes, feet are pointed. All right, so a lot of it at this level is just learning that balance. So we're not tipping side to side, we want to work on pulling in that belly, lifting the chest up, kind of squeezing with the shoulders, and even pushing in with our hands around our waist. That'll give us some better balance. All right, the next walks would be sideways walks, and for this one, Neely's going to have her arms out to the sides, and she's just going to step, side to side. Yep. As they progress in levels again, we would go up onto the toe. Neely's going to turn. The next walk we're going to do is the backward walk. This one is great to practice on the floor, especially for those early beginner gymnasts, because it's hard to walk backwards, even on the floor sometimes without turning around and looking. So we want to increase that comfort level. So on the beam, Neely's going to do the same thing. She's looking toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel. And we want to make sure that the kids are not bending their knees and poking at the beam behind them. Keep those knees nice and straight and just reach back with those legs. All right. The next progression, similar to the passe walk, would be a kick. And these don't have to be big, tall kicks. It's really more of a lift. So Neely's just going to do some forward kicks or lifts. She's just going to come up a little bit. Very good. Nice straight legs, pointed toes, pulling in that belly. As I've referenced a couple of times as we progress in levels, this is when we start doing releve. So Neely's going to show a releve walk. This takes more pull with the belly and the chest. You can have your arms up or down at your sides, and we're going to be up on the balls of our feet. So in this releve walk, the heels never touch the beam. It would be a great starter for the girls or kids, any of our beginner gymnasts, to work on just holding releve. So holding up on their toes, up on the balls of their feet, whether that be on the floor or on the beam, both are great. So just holding that releve. Neely's going to show us a few hops. Hopping is hard to do, so she's just going to do some little jumps. Hop, hop, hop. Yep, you can make a game out of this. She lost her balance. See, even these higher level gymnasts need to practice all of these skills. So keeping the feet together, it's really hard for kids to hop, so this is a great skill to work on balance and proprioceptive muscle tone and everything, just to keep those feet together and hop, hop, hop. Definitely on the floor, on the ground, outside, and taking it up to the beam is the next level. All right, Neely, I'm going to have you go to about the middle of the beam. This is one of the harder beginner skills. It looks very simple, but it's actually kind of a challenging skill. And it's one that you see taken all the way up to the Olympic level. So we're going to start with an arabesque, which is just a nice low hold. So Neely's doing it incorrectly. She needs to pull her chest up a little bit. There we go. Point that foot down. Yep, arms should be straight out to the side. And you notice that Neely has a bent knee here. I want her to straighten that out and show it again. All right, and point that toe. Then as we progress from the arabesque, we're going to go into an arabesque scale. So starting with the arabesque, then she's going to bring that leg just a little bit higher and chest stays up. All right, very good. That again takes a lot of pull in the belly and keeping that chest up. Nice job. All right, so the girls don't have to go really high with that, but just holding that skill. All right, the last two skills, one is a turn. So a pivot turn like on the floor, the feet are going to be together. We're going to go up into a little bit of a releve, keep those feet together, and turn. So it's just a shift side to side. We're using both feet in this skill, not a single foot, both feet, and just pulling side to side. Make sure we're pulling up tall and staying on the balls of our feet. The very last skill that we're going to show today on beam for beginners is a T-hold. And similar to what we showed on the floor for the handstand, this is, of course, a precursor skill to the handstand on the beam. So Neely's going to go ahead and do a T-hold. You don't have to go any farther than here. So she's going to do that T-hold. Arms are going to be up by the ears, and it's super important for the beginners to remember to keep their arms close to their ears. They should be able to feel their ears on their bicep instead of way out here. Keep it way up here, tuck in that chin, reach tall. Go again, Neely, into that T-hold. And we're going to hold the shape that looks like a T. So it should be almost straight from foot to arms and then straight leg down to the beam. And that's going to help move on to the skill of a handstand. Thanks, beginners. I hope that you can practice some of these skills at home, and we look forward to seeing you back in the gym soon.